Okay, so what I have here is the reassessment for Chapter 7 on work energy. What I did was I kind of came up with a problem using a different problem. What we have is a bungee jumper, and the jumper is 175 meters above the ground. The jumper weighs 665 newtons, and we want to know the work being done by both gravity and the bungee cord when the jumper is 44 meters from the ground. We know that there are only two forces acting on the bungee jumper: the force of gravity, and the force of the bungee. And we know that the jumper. It's assumed that the jumper has a kinetic energy of 0 at the highest and lowest points of the jump. Therefore, the change in energy of kinetic energy would be 0. And with that, since the total, since the forces are equal, then the total work is 0. So what we have is the equation: the total work equals the work of gravity plus the work of the bungee cord, which is equal to the change in kinetic energy, which we know is 0. So what I did was I solved for the work of gravity and got the force of y is the change in the y direction. We also know that force could be substituted by mass times gravity, and we know that this is 665. Sorry, I need to add a 5 there. But negative 665 newtons, and then we get multiply it by the change in y. We can replace delta y by y final is y initial, which I just wrote right here, same thing. What we get is the work of gravity is 665 newtons times 44 minus 175 newtons, which would get the work of gravity to come out to be positive 887 kilojoules. And then to find the work done by the bungee, we know that since they're in the same direction, that the work of the bungee cord and the work of gravity have to be equal and opposite. Since the gravity is positive because the jumper is moving in a downward position, in which is the same direction as gravity, that's why it's positive. And because the bungee cord is moving at the force that's pulling the jumper back up, it then becomes negative because it's negative work. So the work of the bungee is negative 87 kilojoules. Like I said, this is the reassessment for work energy.